Welcome to Inside Design with Kandrac and Kole. This podcast is a conversation between two business partners, Joanne Kandrac and Kelly Kole. Join us for a lively conversation about all things interior design, from current projects, trade show experiences, worldwide travel, what's in, what's out, and all the challenges and wins they've had running their successful design business. Whether you're a seasoned interior designer, new to the industry, or a creative enthusiast, you will walk away with insightful information, newfound inspiration, and a smile on your face after listening to these two. And here they are, Joanne and Kelly.
Hey everybody, welcome to Inside Design with Kandrac and Kole. And today, something crazy happened. We had a guest all lined up, and there was some miscommunication with the PR company and the time zone and all that. So we are not having that person on. So we decided that this would be a wing it episode.
Our very first.
So we're going to just really wing it. We have a couple of things we want to talk about. And then towards the end, we're going to have our producer, Russ, who we love and always talk about. We have asked him to do kind of a lightning round with us and ask us 3 questions that we have no idea what he's going to ask us. So I think that'll be kind of fun.
Watch, this is going to be our most downloaded episode ever.
We'll
the
see.
Wing It episode.
Yes.
All right. But before we dive in, we want to let you know that this episode is sponsored by America's Mart. America's Mart is our one-stop shop for convenient wholesale product and inspiration. We are so lucky to have it here in Atlanta. They have hundreds of designer-friendly showrooms open daily and resources like free parking and the designer workspace that is amazing. And that all makes it very easy to shop between the markets because you don't always have to go, just for the January and July shows. So be sure to mark your calendars because we just finished up with the July show and they are gearing up for the upcoming fall market in September, where you can access leading trends, networking, and education, all while shopping the newest product introductions. This event is perfect for interior designers looking for one-on-one time with showrooms and retailers looking to mix up their merchandise. So while you're here, you can also check out the newest outdoor furniture floors for any of your exterior projects, which is very impressive. And
3 floors.
Yeah, it's amazing. You just how far they've come in outdoor is unbelievable. So to learn more and pre-register for Fall Market, which you want to do, it is September 16th to the 18th this year. Go to americasmart.com. So we will be there and we hope that you will be there.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It really is.
They do a great job there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're gonna kick off now. We've been thinking about this for a long time. We've been asked to do this, and we're gonna do it on an Inside Scoop episode. But we feel like since we have the time, we're gonna just put it out there. We are doing our very first big mentoring giveaway. So here's how it's going to work. We have a lot of designers, new designers, students, or even just homeowners that need a design enthusiast, just need a brain dump, reaching out to us and really wanting to tap our brains and all of the years of experience that we have for help. So we are going to give away that.
We're going to give 1 hour.
Intellectual knowledge.
1 hour of time.
Yep.
Which is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
To ask whatever questions, whether it be how we charge, how do we present our projects, how do we get our work, what software do we use,
how I want to do a very quick refresh to my family room before the holidays. How in the world do I do that without spending a bunch of money? Really, everything's on the table. Ask away. You will have 1 hour of undivided attention with us on a Zoom call. So if you want to show us anything in your home or your office, you can just throw it out there with us. So
very valuable.
It will be very valuable. Our undivided attention. So here's what you need to do to get thrown into the mix, and we will pick a random winner. So the very first thing you need to do is go to our website, kandrac-kole.com. Scroll to the very, very bottom and subscribe to our newsletter. We send that out every other week. You'll see our podcast introduction. You'll see before and afters, tips of what's happening in the industry and what we're up to. So it's pretty juicy. It's a really good newsletter. Follow us on Instagram. We are at Kandrac Kole, and you will see a giveaway announcement right on our wall. So you will need to comment with the word mentor on that post.
Yes.
Did I forget anything?
You did not. If somebody is not on Instagram, then
You might want to get on
you
Instagram.
might need to get on it, because that's the way we'll know who you are, and then we can DM you.
Yes.
And we'll announce the winner
Yes.
on our next podcast, which comes out on August 23rd.
Yes. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, I
This
am
will be
too.
really fun.
And if you have any questions, you can always, direct message us. Our website, or our emails all over our website. We're easy to find. So if you have any questions about it, we'll be glad to answer that.
Yes. So let us help you. Help us help you. So there we go. That's going to be really fun. Okay. So next up on our Wing It episode, we're giving Russ with Podcast Studio Network, our producer, the opportunity to have a lightning round of 3 questions. We have no idea what they are.
I'm a little bit scared.
I am too.
Even though this was my idea.
I am too. And we told him, you can ask us anything you want, personal or business, and we both have to answer, and we have no idea what he's going to ask us.
Keep in mind, you're a little scared. I got a text. So we had this little debacle where we had a miscommunication with the guest that we were supposed to have. So they say, you know what, we're going to do a show anyway. We'll do it off the cuff. And just let's disconnect and come back on in 5 minutes. I say, fine. Then I get a text. We are going to do a lightning round. So you ask us 3 questions and we have to answer, personal or business related. So giving you time to think about it. They gave me like 4 minutes and 32 seconds to think about it.
Yeah. Well, you're good at this, Russ.
But I have my sticky note of questions, and they don't know what these questions are. But we'll start with one of the more serious ones.
Okay.
What is the secret to your successful partnership on a business and personal level?
That's pretty easy.
That's a good question.
But I would
You say it's easy, but
Okay.
it's not so easy for the
Other people.
thousands of people out there that, have some hiccups.
That's very true, Russ.
Yeah.
Thank you for that thoughtful question.
Yes. I think it's, first off, there's a connection.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chemical, connection there. And then there's the fact that we like each other and the fact that we respect each other. Mm-hmm. So we are both pretty strong-willed,
Mm-hmm.
but we have the same morals, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
We have similar families, husbands. Our
Mhm.
lives are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, we have total fun together. But in business, I think we each have strengths and we appreciate the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
We, I don't know. It's like if I feel like Kelly's doing too much, I feel like I have to start doing too much. So we kind of have a lot of accountability with each other.
Yes.
On that note, accountability for each other, and I have said this to you off camera before. So there's times I produce a lot of podcasts, and I have co-hosts that work together, and one will lose their train of thought and be like flailing in the wind, and the other one is just kind of looking at them like, I'm watching you go down in flames. You guys are really good with timing when, let's say, if Joanne loses her thought,
who's normally the one who does. I know.
It's only a short matter of time where Kelly picks her up, and you guys are just, you're right on the same plane right there, and you hold each other up.
Yeah. That's true. I think that happens a lot. And people always ask us, like, do you fight and do you argue? And we honestly don't. I mean, there's some days when one of us is a little prickly and the other one isn't, but we recognize that right away and just kind of like let it be. Because it really is a marriage. I mean, I know Joanne really almost as well as I know my husband. So I think that what's nice is when she said you can pick each other up, like, if one of us is having a bad day or is struggling with something, we can say like, my brain's not working today. Could you help me with this client? Or I've taken this as far as I can take it and I'm stuck. Could you pick it up? Or, and thankfully we don't butt heads on a lot of stuff because I think one of us would stick our feet in the ground and not budge, but we don't really have that very often, which we're very, very lucky to have.
There's one thing.
Okay. Oh, I'm scared.
And
Here it comes.
And it's the stupidest thing, quite honestly. Kelly, when it comes to bathrooms, Kelly is team hook and I am team towel rod. And
we don't agree.
We will not agree on that.
No.
So that's about that's like about the biggest thing we disagree on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not changing my view. I like hooks.
Okay.
I think towel bars are ugly and I don't get it.
Okay. So with hooks, the towel does not dry.
Thank you very much.
As efficiently.
I disagree.
It gets moldy.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think it depends on the kind of hook you have. If you have a really big hook and it hangs
wide, how wide does the hook have to be?
No, I'm just saying my towels in my bathroom do not smell ever. And they're perfectly dry the next morning. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Okay, I will tell you. We do use hooks, but I will tell you the towels stay wet longer.
Well, you must not have good ventilation in your bathroom.
The lightning round is lasting too long.
Okay. Next.
Okay. All right. Next question. How often do you guys get together in a non-business capacity?
Great question.
I would say
not often. I'm sick of her by the end of the day.
Not often at all. Really, not often.
No, I couldn't tell you.
Like, do you guys ever say, "Oh, let's double date with the husbands. Let's go out to
Kelly having her lake house. She's gone a lot there. We actually were going to have a lake house weekend, and then I had to go to Charleston. But no, we don't really.
She has a big Christmas pajama party with all of her girlfriends, and I am invited to that.
Yes.
You know what? We do so much fun stuff together at work. Like we're going to show houses. We go to lunch all the time. We travel a lot.
Yeah,
together.
we travel a lot
so
together.
we've been to Marrakesh. We've been to Italy. We've been to.
Oh, we go to High Point.
But that's almost. I'm just talking like spontaneous. Like hey Joanne, what are you doing on Sunday? Let's plan a cookout.
Doesn't happen.
No, I have just spent 24/7 with her Monday through Friday. I need a break.
Yeah.
True.
No, we don't. We just don't. We don't feel the need.
Don't feel the need.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is going to end up turning into the fun one at my cost. Why is ceiling texture so damned important? Now, mind you, there's a history here because they make fun of me all the time, and I even came up with, how you do your quotes, your funny quotes, and your serious quotes, and I came up with my own funny quote a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember what it was. I think I texted it to you, but it had something to do with me in my bedroom. I use my bed frame as a brace to do sit-ups, and when I'm doing sit-ups, it forces me to look at the ceiling. And every time I look at the ceiling and I see that I have textured or popcorn ceiling, I think of Joanne and Kelly yelling at me for...
That is so horrible. You just made it so much worse.
See how he tried to throw in the word textured?
Yeah. Nice try,
It is
buddy.
popcorn is a texture on a ceiling.
That needs
It's
to
not
be
knocked down.
removed.
Knockdown is a texture. Popcorn
True.
is a texture.
Is worse.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is it so?
Oh.
I don't know why it's so bad.
I don't know. It reminds me of an old institution that needs a total gut renovation. I don't know. It's just something about it.
I don't have fluorescent lighting.
All right, I'll be honest with you. I don't have flat ceilings in my house. I have textured. I have that little star thing.
Yes. And do you know how that's done?
It's kind of like a little brush.
Mop. You can actually take a mop on wet spackle or whatever it is.
No, it's not.
No,
I don't like that.
He's describing how it's done.
I don't like it. But you know what? It was the only thing in this house that we bought that I I knew I wasn't going to change right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just kind of learned to live with it, but I don't really love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how often do you walk into a home? And this is, think about your average person. Do you walk into a home, you look around, oh, the furnishings are beautiful. Oh, I love the paint. And it's like, I just rarely walk into a home and the first thing I do is look up at their ceiling and it's like, oh God, we're going to have dinner with these people.
Well, the ceiling is the fifth wall, never to be forgotten. And it's so funny because I just had a reunion with my high school besties this weekend. I hadn't seen two of them in 30 years. And so one of them was just asking me, do you paint the ceiling the same color as the walls? And I said, only if it's a really special room where like a library or a study or a powder room or something.
Sometimes the dormers will do this, ceiling.
Where we're kind of, and I'm thinking color now, where like the whole room and the trim and the ceiling and the walls is all in like a teal or something like super, super fun to make it cozy and special. But I think, I think the ceiling is such an opportunity for color, wallpaper, textures, something interesting, coffers, millwork, the whole 9 yards.
I would like panels. I would like some sort of
we did
panels.
that. Yeah. We did that recently at one of our multifamily jobs, and we did kind of wood slats all along the ceiling. And
but the other thing is,
amazing
if you're not going to change the ceilings, if you make the furnishings and the design and the colors and everything beautiful, you might not look up. You'll be distracted.
Yeah. But here's the problem that we happen to know about you, Russ, is that your young boys over the years have played baseball in your house inside.
With a soft, squishy ball. And the ball hits the ceiling and it rains a little bit of popcorn. But you know what's going to happen is I'm going to make the decision to change the popcorn, to remove it. And then the next episode you guys have, guess what's back? Popcorn.
Never.
I don't think it will be. It's a lot of work to get rid of it.
It really is. It's no fun to get rid of it.
All right, real quick, because of my curiosity, going back to the first two questions, how long did you guys know each other in a business capacity before you guys hooked up as what you are as partners?
2-3 years?
Let's see. We worked together at a design showroom where I was working kind of fabric, in the fabric department and custom window treatments, bedding, blah, blah, blah. And she was doing all the merchandising and buying and making the store beautiful. And I want to say
2-3 years, maybe?
I was going to say 4.
Really?
I worked there for 4 years.
Well, we both worked,
but I didn't know you maybe the first year.
We both worked part-time and we didn't always work the same schedules.
Yeah, like maybe at least 3 years. But it wasn't until we worked together on a designer show house on behalf of the store that we had physically come together, just she and I, to make something happen. And that's when we were like, ooh, I like you.
Never in my wildest dreams would I have realized that we are almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I know. We're going to have to do something super big.
That's awesome.
Next August.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
August will be 19 years for us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you have fulfilled my questions. I'm gonna throw it back to you guys.
You didn't make me squirm.
Fun.
You didn't make me squirm. Thank God. I was a little nervous then.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to bring up all the memories that came up from my high school reunion this past weekend. That would be another side of you all that you don't know about me. Okay. All right. So hopefully if you're listening, you listened to our last episode where we made a big announcement. So this is kind of fun. We've got our big giveaway coming up and we just did a big announcement. Yes. Do you want to re-announce in case people missed it?
We are going to open up a satellite office in Charleston, South Carolina. Yay. We've been going there for many years. My kids and grandkids live there. Kelly plans to retire there. We love the area. We've done a couple of jobs there. So we kind of have some trade people and people that we know already. So we feel like it's just going to be a little detour. Our office in Atlanta will still be running just as it is now. But we hope to do maybe some vacation homes or do some of our design for a day options, which is where we come to your house for 4 hours and just kind of give you a shopping list of what we think that you need, pick colors, just kind of help you within that 4 hours, and you can go ahead and do it yourself. So yeah, we're going to,
it's an adrenaline rush. I mean, as creatives, 7 years ago, oh my God, we got an itch and the podcast began. And now we kind of have another itch. And it's just, we find ourselves there so much. My best friend lives in Kiowa, and we did the Southern Home feature that is now in Southern Home Magazine, out on newsstands. If you haven't picked it up, please do, and see that project that just happened. And we had so much fun doing that. Kind of like the show house that we did back when we worked at Decorating Mart together, and we had this epiphany. The same kind of thing happened when we were there. And we thought, that was so smooth.
It was our first national cover, which was really exciting.
We had the greatest tradespeople, and over the years, we've just kind of come to know realtors, and a lot of our multifamily clients are there, and it just makes perfect sense. So I'm really psyched.
I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for it.
We will have a place to lay our heads and work and be available. So give us a call if you are in the Low Country, and we are very excited about that.
Yeah.
So next up is, we are crazy right now. It is multifamily. And when we say multifamily, what we mean by that is luxury apartment communities. That was my old career, my first career, and I stayed connected to all those people, and it came around, circled back to us about 8 years ago, and we started doing clubhouses, leasing centers, models, fitness centers, anything and everything those luxury communities need.
Different than residential.
Yes.
And there's pros and cons to both, but the luxury communities, the whole thing is done very differently. You're not working with the homeowner, you're working with, a business. And so from that aspect, it's not as personal, but then again, it just kind of gives you the opportunity for so many more people to see your work, to do some different things that are really kind of out of the box. And right now is budget time. So what happens is these communities get their budgets at the beginning of the year. So around this time, August, September, we need to go and visit the properties and give them kind of a proposal of what we think it's going to cost. And then beginning of the year comes around, and they're able to look at that and say, okay, we're going to okay this, we're going to okay that. So some things we get, some things we don't. But right now it's like we're traveling to all these places and coming up with these proposals.
Yeah, because we like to see them in person. You can't just call and say, yeah, we need a clubhouse refresh. What would that cost? I mean, I guess we could look back over the years of experience and do a per square foot, but everybody's different. And so we physically go, we take photographs, we measure like crazy. We talk to the team, what's working, what's not working. How do you want this to function for your residents and your prospects? What are your leasing challenges? And it's a very collaborative effort. A lot of spaces where we are reimagining, like the one we just finished in Buckhead here in Atlanta. We took an old storage room that had all, literally,
Lockers,
with the big lockers, like with the lock on the door, and none of them were being used. And so now it is the most beautiful, coolest co-working space you've ever seen for meetings and quiet time for all those people that work out of their apartments. So we're kind of having all those conversations, and it's a ton of work because we're giving them hard numbers for their budgets. And then in January, we hope, some gets approved, some doesn't, some gets pushed to the next year.
But you know what I love? Like when we're doing a leasing center, let's just say, they haven't had a change in about 8 years.
Yeah.
And things are looking a little tired, a little dated or whatever. And then, because this is where these people work. This is, when someone comes in as a leasing consultant, your job is to lease properties. So when people walk in, that first, impression. So if you walk in and it's a beautiful space and it's done very well, and then taking them to a model. I mean, you want to take them to a model that's beautiful. So it's very important work, I feel like. And
for sure.
And I know, like the leasing consultants, when things have been done, it gives them a whole new feeling. Did you ever work in an office that was kind of dingy, and then once everything, it gets you a little more jazzed.
And having come from that world, when I graduated from the University of Richmond, I worked as a leasing consultant for Lincoln Property Company. I was making $12,000 a year plus commission. My dad nearly had a heart attack. but it was an incredible career for me. I rose through the ranks, ended up as an area vice president, and I loved every minute of it. And the sales and business experience that I learned from that career was phenomenal. But these teams are under incredible pressure, especially like here in Atlanta. We have so much new construction going on and so many new properties, and they've got amenities like you've never seen. And so these teams, we're there to help them. We want them to succeed. So like I said, it's a very collaborative effort to improve their amenity spaces and their leasing offices to give them that new
Give them an edge against the competition, because there is so much.
Yeah.
And then on the residential side, we are working on a project for a client who hired us 17 years ago.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she and her husband didn't have any children. He owned several rental properties and things like that, and she worked for a hotel chain as an executive. And so they retired, and then last year suddenly he had a heart attack and passed away. And so she gave herself a year, and then had called us back to redo everything. She said, I need to update everything. I may live here 3 to 5 years. I don't even know. So we have gotten such a great team together, and we're helping her with that. So that's been a really, really rewarding
the
job.
really cool thing about this is she upped and left for Maine at the middle of July to be with her family. She has a place there. And she is not returning until the middle of November. And when she comes back,
It's going to be
her kitchen will be completely demoed and remodeled, rethunk. We've created a laundry space and
what we need to do. We really need to do kind of a progression as it's going, because things are being completely demoed and things are going to be totally redone.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be really cool. It's a typical kind of Atlanta home. It's got 4 bedrooms, 2-story, but we are kind of
so
really
she's gone
changing it.
and she's not coming back.
Yeah.
And so we got everything done on the front end with her, and she's literally going to come home to like apple pie in the oven, candles burning, and all of us like screaming our heads off when she walks in the door.
Yeah.
And I'm just
so excited.
I'm so excited to give this gift to her. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's kind of where we're at right now. So excited for this giveaway. This was kind of a fun, maybe we should wing it more often.
Yeah.
God, we're always so prepared and our outline is done. And
I know.
we should do our, we have our quotes. So we should do our quotes.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's definitely do the quotes.
All right. So let me pull those up. Here we go. All right. Well, I think that since I just had my high school reunion, I should do the funny quote. Not to brag, but I was alive when you could slam the phone down to hang up on someone. It was spectacular. And that's from Stash Birmingham. Isn't that so true? God, I miss it. You just, fighting with your boyfriend, slam was a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can't do that
Did
anymore.
you have the pink princess phone?
I did not.
You did.
I may have had, no. We had a boring tan phone with the 18-foot line on it that could go into any one of me and my sister's rooms from, across the hall and in the doors.
Okay, so I shared a bedroom with 2 of my sisters. We thought we were so cool because a lot of people at that time, the kids had their own line.
Oh, we did have our own line. Well, you had to click over. And that was our own line. Yeah.
Yes, because my parents were like, you guys are, we would be talking for hours. Okay, so the series quote. Did you know butterflies rest when it rains because it damages their wings? It's okay to rest during the storms of life. You'll always fly again once it's over. Women on Top on Insta. That's such a good one.
Isn't that great?
That really is
like
great.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we were talking about this as well this weekend with my besties. And I was talking about how I hired a coach during COVID, Deborah Gerard, who's amazing. And she was the first person to really teach me to give myself grace, because as a firstborn type A perfectionist, I'm really hard on myself, as many of us high achieving entrepreneurs are. Mm-hmm. And I'd never had anybody say, give yourself grace. It's okay. It's like the butterfly resting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
It's okay. So thank you, America's Mart. We think you guys are fabulous. And the show that just happened was so amazing with Marburger Farms having a whole antique show here. It was really fun to visit. So I'm sure the fall market will be just as good. And
for those that live in this area, they do have the designer workspace, which is so great.
It's so good.
I mean, they have like a little conference room. You could go and do some work. It gives you a chance to kind of talk to, people on where all the craziness is not going on. So I think,
like we said in the intro, having that one-on-one time with the showrooms is really awesome.
Yeah. So we're lucky to have that. Yeah.
All right. So don't forget the giveaway, you guys. Go to our website, sign up for the newsletter, go to Instagram, look for the giveaway post, comment mentor, and we will announce that winner on August 23rd for a free one-on-one mentoring session with us to discuss anything and anything that's on your mind that you need our help with.
Yes.
So,
and also a big thank you to our lightning round helper, Russ Reba, with Podcast Audio Menu, who does such a great job.
Always a pleasure. Always.
Helping us get great sound. And to Gail Mahoney at Gail Mahoney Branding, who is our creative director and gets all of our social media out there for all of our podcasts. And thanks to our listeners. And if you
love you guys.
Yeah. If you haven't already reviewed us, give us a review. We'd appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Join Joanne and Kelly for a new episode every other Friday as they continue to explore the nuances of the interior design business with the goal of informing, inspiring, and entertaining their listeners. See their work at Kandrac-Kole.com and engage with them on Facebook and Instagram at Kandrac Kole.